My younger sister and her husband received an atheist education and have never accepted Falun Gong. I practice Falun Gong, and they even mock me as being simple-minded and lacking in discernment. In 2010, my sister's husband was driving a truck on a rocky road, when suddenly the vehicle veered off the road. Startled, he swiftly turned the steering wheel, bringing the truck back onto the road. However, he suddenly lost sensation in both legs. Terrified, he managed to stop the truck by pressing the brakes with his hands. He was then taken to the county hospital, where doctors found no swelling, redness, or bleeding in his legs, yet he couldn't move them. The doctors in the small county hospital couldn't figure out what was wrong and referred him to a state hospital. After an X-ray, it was confirmed that a section of his spinal vertebrae was shattered, with the bone fragments unlocatable, necessitating a bone graft. On the day of the surgery, he was wheeled into the operating room early in the morning and didn't emerge until 10 p.m. The doctor instructed that he couldn't eat for a week and warned the family that there was little chance of him standing up again. My sister called me in tears, asking if there was anything I could do. I said, only Falun Gong can save him. If he learns the practice, I'll send the book over. She placed the phone next to her husband's ear, and a faint voice came from the other end, saying, "Bring it over quickly." I quickly packed the book, Xuan Falun, and rushed to the hospital. I read a chapter to my sister's husband. Afterward, he said, "Sis, I want to read it myself." He finished the second chapter and then said, "I'm hungry." My sister bought him a bowl of pig's trotter soup. At that moment, the doctor and nurses arrived for their rounds and were furious when they learned he had eaten the soup. They exclaimed, "Your family's actions could cost a life." On the third day, my sister's husband requested to be discharged. The doctor asked the family to sign a document demanding discharge, then had him transported home by ambulance. The next day at home, he needed to use the restroom, but no one was around to help. He crawled out of bed, clung to the windowsill, slowly made his way to the yard, and then crawled back to bed. When my sister found out her husband could crawl to the restroom by himself, she cried tears of joy. She called the attending doctor, who, in disbelief, told her to bring him in for a checkup the next day. The hospital took X-rays, and the results were astonishing. The steel plates and screws fixed to his spine were gone. The attending doctor pulled my sister's husband aside and asked, "What secret remedy did you use? This is unbelievable." He replied, "I just read Xuan Falun and practiced Falun Gong." The doctor became even more intrigued and asked, "Could you bring me that book to read?" A few days later, my sister's husband rode his motorcycle to deliver Xuan Falun to the doctor, who received it as a treasure. Nowadays, my younger sister also practices Falun Dafa. Later, she told me that through cultivation, she realized that people with great wisdom often appear quite ordinary, and those who are shrewd are not necessarily wise.